Hello everyone! Well, it looks like today I'm going to be unwrapping a massive box of Doritos tangy cheese flavour corn chips. They're very heavy if there are Doritos in here. I'm hoping that inside here is the vacuum cleaner that I've put in the title, the Electrolux 355. Now again, this is most of my vintage vacuums come from. This is an eBay purchase, and I watched this auction. I put it in my watch list and thought, well, it'd be quite nice to have one of those. It might be quite interesting to show my viewers. So I watched the auction and it went up to a silly price. From what I recall, it went up to £255. So I thought, well, there's no way I would have paid anything like that for the machine. So it was won by, I assume, a collector. So I didn't think anything about it. I thought, well, I wasn't all that bothered about it anyway, and I wouldn't have paid that. So I wasn't upset or sad about not having it. But obviously, this was relisted because whoever won this particular vacuum, they might be watching now, did not complete the purchase. They bid on it, they won it, but they didn't pay for it. This happens a lot on eBay and it's quite frustrating. That's why I'm reluctant to sell myself on eBay for that reason. So anyway, the seller relisted it as a buy it now. And the buy it now, I'll tell you, I think it was £100. Right, it's a lot, I suppose, for a used vacuum cleaner, but considering it has the Electrolux Turbine attachment, which is quite rare, it seemed in pretty good condition from the pictures. I was quite happy to pay £100 for this. Right, I think the seller could be a smoker. So first out the box. At least it's not dented, it's a little bit worse to wear, but that'll come up better than it looks now. It'll clean up and it won't polish because it's a matte finish, but it will, it smells. So there is a single piece extension wand. Now this is an unusual and interesting nozzle I've not had experience of before. It is, and it's in pretty good condition actually. I don't know if it's ever been used for hard floors because the brushes are very good. Now it's got 3 positions. Now I'm doing this, I'm off the top of my head. I don't really know this machine very well. I remember seeing brochures of it back in the day. This is 3 positions, so I assume that's carpet setting. That setting is automatic. Well, I assumed it would make, I don't know if it's broken, I don't know how it works. I'm not sure if the instructions are in here. But as far as I know, automatic adjusts, like the Electrolux 330, that was it. If you check back my channel, I've done an Electrolux 330. This is sort of a later version. It's more or less an upgrade of the 345, the brown cleaner. I had the 330, which had the automatic head that automatically lowered the brush for hard floors and retracted them for carpet. So I'm assuming that that's what this is supposed to do in automatic mode. And in, it's a bit stiff, but in hard floor mode, the brushes stay out all the time. So you've got the best of both worlds. I think this will just benefit. It doesn't seem very dirty at all, but I'll take it all apart, clean it, because that seemed a bit stiff. It might loosen up. It's already loosened up a bit. So that's quite an unusual carpet and floor nozzle there. You've got the hose. Now this is, as far as I know, original, because I've seen pictures. Oh, that's a shame. But it's not. Oh, that wasn't pointed out. But anyway, there's a bit out of that. I might be able to get a new end cuff, actually. This hose is not sort of woven hose of the early models, but I think it is the original hose, because I've seen it in catalogues and it's got this hose. So there's the hose. You've got the 2-in-1. That looks quite good condition. So you've got the dusting brush one side, like that. Nice soft brushes. Put it in the other way and open out the wings. It's all a bit stiff. And you've got your small upholstery and stair nozzle Got the suction control on there. I'm not sure, I don't think this has got variable speed. I think that's the only way of adjusting the suction on this model. And with a clip underneath there, that is where you permanently store that, so it's always at hand. It's a good 2-in-1 nozzle, that. Not many multi-purpose nozzles float my boat, but that one is a decent one. And apart from that, the other nozzle you get is the crevice tool. This is the Electrolux Turbine turbo nozzle. We'll have a look at that separately in this video, but separate. And we've got some genuine bags. Are they? Well, that one's sealed. They seem very heavy. They'll probably be made in the... Oh no, they're made in Sweden. I was going to say they're probably UK made. Like the machine is made in Luton, Bedfordshire. But these are made in Sweden. Electrolux being a Swedish company, well, it was when this machine was made. Don't know if they're still Swedish owned. So there's one sealed pack of 5 bags, and there's quite a lot of bags in here. There's probably more than 5 actually. Oh, hang on, I think I might have the instructions. Self-sealing bag, but it looks like it's, can't see without pushing down, it looks like it's a single layer paper. There'll be filters inside the machine. Oh, instructions and filters. Oh, I hope the instructions are in here because I'm not sure if that was mentioned. So we've got, it's not a genuine one, but we've got a spare filter. Well, there's 2 filters, so I'm assuming there's a pre and post motor filter in there. Oh, but that's, hang on, I was going to say, wow, that's a lovely benefit I didn't expect. I'm not sure if it was shown, it might have been, I can't remember. I don't think it was. Instruction book. That is fantastic to have that. It always, especially when you collect things like anything that needs an instruction book, when you collect them, it's always nice to get the instruction book. Even nicer to get the original box. That often doesn't happen. It's very rare you get the original box. But to get the instructions, I know they're folded down the middle, but they're in very good condition. I'm pleased about that. Very pleased. Okay. Oh, hang on. More bags. And a sealed pack. I don't need any bags. These will fit my 330, I think, possibly. I don't know. Only says 355 on them. No, they might not. Anyway, let's get out the cleaner. Just check the box. Nothing else in there. It still stinks of cigarettes, which is not very nice. And I expect when I turn this on for the first time, it will smell of cigarettes. Right, we'll leave the turbinette to one side and let's have a quick look. Yeah, pretty pleased so far. Let's have a closer look anyway at this Electrolux 355. I was hoping to coordinate with this vacuum cleaner, but I've gone for the completely wrong colour, look. In fact, I do have a top this colour. Damn and blast, never mind. For the demo, I'll be wearing the appropriate attire. So here it is. Of course, it's a standard shaped cylinder or canister model. Motor at this side, bag at this side, suction inlet here, and here there should be. There's an arrow pointing towards the back. Under here, apart from the filter, should be a blower. Oh, I thought there was. Where's the blower outlet? That moves as well. What's that? I think it might be under there. I assumed it was under there. One should never assume. Hang on, is that? I think that's on. Oh, there it is. It's under that flap. That's neat. So you can connect the hose to that outlet there and use the machine for blowing. Useful, of course, as well for if you get a blockage in the hose. You can often dislodge it by connecting it to the blower outlet. And often they used to warn before using the machine for blowing, in case there's any dust inside the hose, you could either direct it outside the house, or you can direct the end into the suction end so any muck inside the hose is blown into the bag. It's lovely. It's got a vinyl covering, but they've gone to plastic. I don't know if this middle part might be metal still. I'm not sure, but there's certainly more plastic in it. You've got a large pedal for the auto cord. Oh, lovely smooth action, still works. And another large pedal at the back for on-off. Oh, it is nice. I like it. It is in good. I'll get it looking a bit better than this. It's pretty clean, but it will benefit from a little bit of polishing and cleaning. Made in Britain on the back there. There we go with the Electrolux logo. We've got this sort of textured part. Gives it a bit of stability, I suppose, when it's stood on its end. You've got the wheels at the back, and of course, in typical Electrolux fashion, you've got the mains cord that rather ingeniously comes out of one of the wheels. I've always liked that little feature. Hang on, pressing the wrong thing, it's not going to, come on, ooh, there you go. So yeah, it's got this very nice textured vinyl effect with holes in it, and the underside, look at that, oh it's good. Yeah, you've got your swivel caster. Here's the rating plate, we'll have a look at that, shall we? I don't know how to date Electroluxes. We'll have a look at this. There we go. I don't know how easy this will be for you to actually see, because a lot of Electrolux rating plates are made of a metal plate, and the actual serial numbers and everything were sort of stamped on, not printed on. Anyway, it's a model Z355. The product number is 900-8401, serial 203. And the cleaner only is 770 watts with tool 910, because I'll show you this in a minute. It's got a power takeoff socket for an electrically powered head, which I've never seen, and I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen in person. But if I had one of those, I could have shown it. So with that, it brings it up to 910 watts, 240 volt, of course, 50 hertz. At the front of the cleaner, we've got what Electrolux called their traffic light system to indicate how full the bag is. How accurate this is, or effective, I'm not sure. And I don't know if it turns off. My Electrolux 330, I did a demo of that and filled the bag to capacity. That actually switched itself off. I'm not sure if this does. But I assume that when you first start using the machine with a clean, empty bag, that green light will show. When the bag's starting to fill, the amber light will show. And when you need to check or replace the bag, that red light will come on, assuming, of course, it works. Also at the front, we've got two little bumpers. And this here, although I say it's there, right, there is... That's a bit strange. There is a power takeoff socket, but it seems to have been blocked off. So it's like some Hoover cleaners. They had the sort of the shape where the power takeoff socket would have been, but they didn't actually have the socket. So possibly that doesn't actually have any electrical current running to it. It just seems to be just blank there. Looking from the top, we can now see what the dust bag and dust bag compartment looks like. I like this metal trim they've got on this machine. Press to open. Again, it's still a very well built vacuum cleaner. And it's also got metal. I don't know if I'll have to move it. There we go, it's got a metal top here. There's a bit of a seal as well. The bag lifts out. You've got two little sections here where you can put your fingers to remove it. There's actually, well, there is a bit of dirt in. There isn't, I'll show you in a minute, there isn't a filter underneath that, so whether there should be, you'd think there would be. Anyway, there's the bag, bit of dirt in. So it has a sort of self-seal system. Obviously when you put the bag in, that will open up, but it seals up. Leaves a little hole, there we go, whoop, there. But underneath, obviously I'll be able to check from the instruction book whether it should have one, but there's no filter. There's a very shiny looking motor. There we go, can we get it? There we go. A little bit dusty obviously. Very shiny looking motor, but I think there should be a filter behind there, don't you? I think there should be. Can't see Electrolux not having one there, because the bag is the first line of defence. You know, that's what that traps the majority of the dirt, but a lot of the fine dust will go straight through that bag. Unless there's a filter in front of the motor to protect the motor, then it's going to go through into the motor. So I suspect that there is a filter that should be in there. And I don't think it'll be too difficult. If you can't get the original filter, I should be able to get an aftermarket pattern spare or one of those cut to fit jobbies. Right then, let's have a look at that Turbine turbo tool. I think this Turbine is a little bit early for this particular Electrolux cleaner. This would have been around, I'm sure, with the 330. This would go very well actually with my 330. There was a later turbo nozzle that I think you might have got with this at some point. And actually I think I've got one, because downstairs waiting to be unboxed is a box of assorted parts which includes a later Electrolux turbo nozzle, and I have seen Electrolux cleaners with it, so I'll probably use that later nozzle with this. And this Turbine I think will be ideal with my 330. So it's got the box. Don't know if it's used, but this makes this, you know, the cleaner's pretty good anyway, but to have this as well, it is used. No instructions for the Turbine, and it's a little bit grubby underneath, but it's not bad. All that black stuff comes off. You've got a screw at the back to take this cover off. Brushes seem good. It's a quality nozzle, that. Now I know I've got fellow collector Rob who wants, I'll open this out, he's got one of these apparently. I'll have told him by the time everyone sees the video. But it takes a toothed belt and he needs another one, and he needs to know the size. So I'll be taking it apart. Wow! Look where it's made. Made in Norway of all places. That's a very good looking and very well built. You don't see many of these, so it is nice, but it doesn't really go. It sort of goes with that cleaner. But as I say, I think it's a little bit older. I'm not sure. Any of you who've got more history, if you know when this Turbine was launched, but somehow something tells me that this is much earlier than this particular Electrolux. Right, well, I've shown you everything. We might as well plug her in and see if the Turbine spins. Full demo will follow at some point. Well, I'm getting very reckless in my old age because I've plugged it in, it's on at the socket, and I'm actually going to turn it on with me being inches away from the vacuum. What a risk I'm taking. Okay, yes, it's obviously single speed. Right then, should work. It's quite a bright day, so I couldn't see. It's a bit hard to tell, but the dust indicator, it's on now I think, yes. It is showing green, and as I was blocking the end it was fluctuating. So it's basically just a sensor to detect reduced airflow. So it seems to be working anyway. Nice quiet sounding motor, as most Electroluxes of this era. You know, they were better. I didn't have them at the time, I was just a Hoover fanboy, you know. I didn't contemplate Electrolux cleaners, which is why it's nice to rediscover them and realise what I was missing really. I did have some Electroluxes, and my mum had a couple of Electrolux uprights, but I never had any of these cylinders myself. Right, let's see what the suction's like. She's not as smooth sounding as my 330, but she's got a tiny bit of a squeak about her towards the wind down, but it's pretty good. I can't see, it's not that great to suction. Let's see how well it spins the turbinette. Right, let's get it in position. Hang on, I've got my viewfinder around the wrong way. There we go, I can see what I'm doing now. Seems pretty good. It does smell. And Daisy's barking. Ooh, sorry about that interruption. I can safely say that this bedroom now smells like an old pub before they banned smoking. It is quite disgusting, so I will persevere. Let's give it a quick go using the turbinette attached to the extension wand. It's not very flexible, there's no sort of up and down. If you move it up and down it lifts off, so it doesn't actually have a nice hinge. It swivels, but you know, it's good enough. Pretty pleased to have one. Let's quickly try the regular nozzle. Yes, I do like that nozzle. Yeah. Yep, pretty good, apart from it smelling like an old ashtray. I'm pretty pleased with that. So let's rewind the flex, and that'll be at the end of this particular video. Oh dear. Little bit sluggish. There we go. Come on. Eventually it will go in, folks. It may take some time. I don't think we've got time to wait, have we? Yeah, not as good as the cord rewind on my 330, but it got there in the end. Well, that's about the end of my unboxing and first look at the Electrolux 355 with the additional Turbinette turbo nozzle. You'll be seeing a full performance demo of this machine in due course. I'm going to give it a bit of a clean up and a polish, and we'll be putting down some dirt and seeing how well this old vacuum cleaner performs. If you have any questions about this cleaner, please ask in the comments section below. Please thumb up, please subscribe, and don't forget, check out my back catalogue. So until the next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.